Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is O-Sheena. I'm really happy that you're here. So today I'm going to be recommending some books that I think would be good for summer. These are all romance for the most part because that is what I love to read in the summer and at all times. And I'm going to have a mix of adult and young adult. And then at the end of this video, I'm also going to put my summer TBR. It's going to be mostly young adult and then some historical romance. So kind of random, but that's just like what I felt like putting in this video. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna start with the adult recommendations and then do the young adult. Sure. Okay, so all of the adult ones are Christian, some of the young adult are not, so I will specify. The first adult book that I would recommend you read in the summer is My Stubborn Heart by Becky Wade. Because this is a standalone, so it's like just one book that you can love and enjoy. And I think it takes place over the summer, but I actually forget. But it has like super happy summer vibes. It's like a great summer project type book because this girl goes to her grandma to help fix up this old house, and the handyman that they hire is an ex-hockey player and the love interest. And it is so good. The faith is so good. The love story is so good. This is like my favorite book of all time. So, highly recommend it for the summer for sure. Next is All That Really Matters by Nicole Deese. Nicole Deese is making I don't know, but she's becoming very popular and I'm very happy about it because her writing is amazing. The way that she weaves relationship and faith together is just so good, and I think really unique to her. She puts a lot of humor in her books and at the same time like tackles really real tough topics, and I love that combination. So this book looks like a pretty happy-go-lucky cover, but it talks about really intense things, and you follow this makeup Instagram influencer, and she is trying to buff up her resume. So she starts volunteering at this like youth house for youth that are homeless and like addicted to things and stuff like that, and you end up like really spending time with those youth, and their stories are really intense, and that is in this book a lot. So that's what makes it so deep, but also the romance between her and like the manager of the house is adorable, and I love this girl's personality. She's real while being an influencer, and I know that the stereotype is that influencers are fake and really shallow, and she might start out that way at the beginning, but her growth throughout this book is so satisfying to read about, and I would really recommend it. So yeah, definitely this is such a good summer book. For a little bit more excitement, I would recommend Life Flight by Lynette Eason. This is a romantic suspense, and I really liked the faith in this story too, but it's one of the typical serial killers or on the loose type of story, and you follow this girl who is a life flight pilot, so she flies a helicopter and saves people. And then you also follow the FBI guy who's like in charge of finding the serial killer, and they end up having to work together. They are friends at the beginning, which is nice, and I really liked watching their relationship develop because they were already friends when the book started, and so the feelings that they were exploring didn't feel like they came out of nowhere. Like they had the basis of a friendship, and I thought the suspense was really good. This is the start of a series, but like most Christian suspense series, you can read them out of order and like one and never read them again because they always follow different characters. So yeah, I really liked this one though. I definitely want to read the sequel that's coming out, I think at the end of the summer or something. Okay, to the YA recommendations for the summer. The first one I would recommend is Love, Life, and the List by Kasie West. Really any Kasie West book I would recommend. This is actually the first book in a companion trilogy, so if you want to get into a YA trilogy, I would recommend this one. Kasie West writes really sweet, clean, young adult books that are just easy to read and funny and really cute. So in this one, you follow a girl who is an aspiring artist. She wants to get her art in an exhibit, but the, what do you call it, proprietor or like, anyway, the people that collect the art, I forget, tells her that her art lacks experience. And so in the summer, she makes a whole list of things to give her life experience, and she gets her best guy friend to help her, and it's their romance, and it's super cute. And yeah, it was good, so I'd recommend it. Okay, one I read recently is XOXO by Axie Oh. This is a K-pop love story, so it was really fun to read, and it was clean. I think there were a couple swear words here and there, but they were mild, but otherwise it was clean. And yeah, this girl goes to a new school in South Korea, and it ends up being like a trainee school, so a lot of like famous K-pop people go to that school too, and she ends up meeting one of the guys in a band, and it's their love story, and it was so fun to read about, so I'd recommend that for sure. Okay, then I would recommend The Selection by Kiera. I don't have my books here. I'm pretty sure they're at my parents' house, so yeah, but definitely a fun trilogy to get into. A lot of you have probably heard of it. It's very popular, but for good reason. It's like the easiest read ever. It's clean, and it's kind of a ridiculous situation, but told in just like a sweet way. So you follow this world where there's a kingdom and there's caste systems, and all of the eligible girls in each caste submit their application to compete for the prince's heart. And it's really like The Bachelor. So you follow this girl who is in a pretty low caste, but she gets selected to be on the show because it's also a show, a televised show, and she ends up meeting the prince, and it's really cute. So yeah, the whole trilogy is like the show, I guess, and like seeing what happens and who gets through. There is some like more intense brutality in it, so yeah, but it's like mild at the same time. It's not described, but I don't know. It wasn't like completely shallow. Like, I really liked it. I know a lot of people rag on it sometimes for being cheesy, but I thought it was fun. Then I would also recommend The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I know her like more recent releases haven't been very popular. They haven't sounded interesting to me, so I haven't read them. And this is actually the only book by her that I've ever read, but I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It's like, it's deep, and this is a completely summer story, so definitely recommend reading it in the summer. It's about this girl who is between grade 12 and university, I think, yeah. She wants to go to a private university, but her like application gets messed up, and she ends up having, or her summer job through something gets messed up, so she has to like frantically find a new job, and she ends up being a dog walker, and she meets a boy through that. And it's kind of like the new people that she meets throughout the summer. Her dad is a politician, so she has that kind of in her life as well. Her mom passed away for some reason, and so it's just her and her dad, and that relationship was so nice to read about. And then there's dogs, and there's a cute romance, and it was great. I'm pretty sure it's clean too, and I don't remember if there's any swear words. I haven't read it in a long time, but I still like really think it's a great summer story, so I would recommend it. Okay, and last young adult recommendation is Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. So yeah, I read this book last year, and it was really cute. So as you might imagine, it's about these characters who are on like kind of opposing Twitters, because they're the children of 2 different sandwich shops in New York that are like kind of competing against each other. And it's funny because they're like tweeting each other on Twitter, but then in real life they go to high school together and they don't know they're both on Twitter. And it's like funny like that. And so they become friends in real life, and then, but they're like fighting on Twitter, and it's funny. Oh, and there's also like a dating app, or like an anonymous chatting app that they're using as well. And I just really liked it. It was easy to read. I don't remember if there's any swear words. There probably was a little bit, but there's only kissing in it. It was clean, so yeah, a fun summer book, and it's a standalone, which is nice. Okay, that was a long little spiel, but yeah, super recommend all of these books for the summer. Now I'm gonna get into my TBR, and I wanted to end with young adult because I'm gonna start with young adult with my TBR. So the first book is Open Road Summer by Emery Lord. So not Emma Lord, this is Emery Lord. Different authors, I think. This book I used to love because it is about a girl who is a famous singer and her best friend. They're gonna go on tour together, and the opener for her tour is a young dude that ends up liking the best friend. And so the three of them are on this tour together, and it's cute. But I don't think it's clean from what I remember, but it's pretty vague up in there, and so I want to read this again because it's 5 stars on Goodreads from me, but that was like a long time ago. So you know kind of my history with romance now. I don't remember if this one is clean or not, so I want to read it again because I have fond memories of it. I want to see if it holds true, and it's about the summer, so come on, it's about a summer tour. Why not? Yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling in the mood for young adult. I thought I was out of the mood, but I guess I'm in it again, so that's one. Because then the next one is also young adult. The rest are gonna be library books, so I'm just gonna show pictures because I've requested all of them, but they haven't come in yet because it is a little early still. So the next one is Sunkissed by Kasie West. This is one of her newer releases. I think it came out last year. And I kind of fell off the bandwagon with Kasie West just because I was not really interested in young adults. And then I did find that some of her plots were getting kind of boring or like recycled. So yeah, but this one is just so cute. I love the cover, and I don't know anything about it, but I want to try reading Kasie West again. So that one is also my TBR. Okay, this one I have showed before. It's called Last Chance Books. Last Chance Books, yeah. And I forget the author, but this was like a random library checkout for me, and I never end up getting, I didn't end up getting to it, but I really want to still, so I'm gonna put it on my summer TBR, and it's a cute cover, so it looks summery to me, so we shall see. Okay, and then Love and the Dream Come True by Tammy Gray. I think it comes out in August. You know how excited I am. I am going to be currently reading this book pretty soon. This is the first book, and then there's the second book, and this is the third book, the conclusion. I am so excited. So that's for sure on my TBR because I'm for sure going to read it. I'm probably going to pre-order it. I haven't even checked into that before, but I need to because I want her to be really successful because this is her last book with Bethany House as far as I'm aware. So I want to send her out with a bang, you know? Okay, then I have 2 Julie Klassen books that I would like to get to this summer. The first one is The Secret of Pembrooke Park, and I have heard that this is Melanie's favorite book by Julie Klassen, I think. I think I've heard her say that before. And so I really want to read it. It looks good, and like I do want to read all of Julie Klassen's books eventually, so this is one that I haven't read yet. And I think it's more mystery than romance, so I'm looking forward to that. And then the other Julie Klassen book is a Castaway in Cornwall. Love that cover, and so I read the description, or someone read the description recently, and it sounded really good. I think there's like a stranger that washes up on shore. I love that kind of story. And this girl like nurses him back to health, but there's mysteries around that. Yeah. It sounds great. So those are the 2 Julie Klassen books. And then lastly, I actually didn't pull it quite yet. I would really like to read A Long Time Coming by Robin Pearson because this was sent by a very generous subscriber very recently. I'll link that haul down below if you didn't see it. And I don't know if this is a summary book, but I just really want to read it. There's something about it that is speaking to me, and I just think it's going to be really good. Also, I love the font of the title, and I just love the cover in general. It's just like really aesthetic to me. So yeah, that's my last book. That is the last book on my summer TBR. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some recommendations, and then I tagged on the TBR just because it's a bit smaller and I didn't feel like I needed a whole separate video for it. Plus, it's summer. It feels like it's summer. It's not actually quite summer technically, but close enough. So have a great day, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any like major summer recommendations, feel free to write them in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. What am I doing? I just feel the need to like fall on the ground sometimes. So today I am going to be talking about all of the books. Oh, right. Okay, and then thank you for being here. Okay. So